Gordy then delivers to the plate. This pitch is going to be lined into right field for an RBI single by Alex Gordy. That's going to score one. Will it score two? Yes, it will.
Y101 Sports now brings you the play-by-play of Toombs County High School Bulldog Baseball. Today's game is being brought to you in part by
Wiggins Health Associates in Vidalia, Geiger Insurance and Taxes in Line, Toombs Auto Parts in Line, your Napa dealer, Heritage Ag Supply in Line, The Sandwich Shop in Vidalia, Thriftway Galaxy Food Store in Line, Southeastern Tech in Vidalia, Gordy Enterprises in Line, Zaxby's in Vidalia for indescribably good chicken, First Franklin in Vidalia, Reedy Creek Meat Company, 204 Washington Street in Vidalia, Rivers Heating and Air in Vidalia, Darrell and Lucretia Nobles in Line, Stevens Truck Center, Highway 1 South in Line, All Care Pharmacy in Line, and Tarland and Timber, Highway 1 South in Line.
the pregame show is next.
Welcome to the Bulldog pregame show here on Y101. The Toombs County High School Bulldog baseball team played host to the Bleckley County Royals last night at Jackie Jones Field. Jackie Jones is, of course, in its 53rd and final season of games that will be played on its facilities. The Toombs County Bulldog baseball team fell short to the Royals 3-0. And it wasn't because of a lack of a good arm on the mound for the Bulldogs. The Toombs County Bulldog baseball team pitched freshman Lucas O'Connor in his first varsity start. He pitched 7 complete innings, so the entire game. He allowed 7 hits, averaging 1 an inning. He gave up 3 runs, one of which was earned. He had 1 walk and had no strikeouts. Lucas O'Connor is a freshman. He's played middle school baseball and Lions All-Star Recreation Baseball. And here he is talking about his performance last night on the mound for the Toombs County Bulldog varsity baseball team. A freshman on the mound with a varsity start. What was it like for you pitching to these older guys today?
It was a little nerve-wracking at first, but I think I settled down and pitched strikes.
Yeah, I would say you did really well. I mean, you only gave up 3 runs, and only 1 of those were earned. Seemed like there was, a few young mistakes there, having trouble reading the signs from your catcher. But other than that, how do you think your team did in tonight's game with you being on the mound? That makes you the leader of tonight's game. What was that like for you?
I thought our defense did pretty good. We made some plays we probably should have made, but I pitched strikes and let my defense work.
And going forward, I kept mentioning one thing on the radio. It seemed you had a lot of control on your off-speed pitches. What have you been doing in the offseason to, better yourself and get ready for a night like tonight?
I've been trying to throw bullpens. I've been working on my curveball, trying to control it and hit spots I want.
And going forward into the region play, your team has one more game tomorrow. What do you think needs to happen for your team to be ready for Bacon County on Tuesday?
We need to swing the bat and score a lot of runs and pitch the baseball and pitch strikes.
In last night's home loss, the Bulldog baseball team reverted back to their offense that they've been playing earlier this season. The Bulldogs only had 2 hits in last night's game, and it was by freshman Will Watts and junior Chase Musselman. Musselman went 1 for 3, grounding out to the pitcher, Birdie Little, lining out to shortstop Matthew Bland, and reaching on a base hit in the bottom of the 6th. Will Watts flew out to shortstop Matthew Bland, reached on a base hit in the 5th, and had a walk. The Bulldogs were unable to score any runs in last night's game. Birdie Little was on the mound for the Bleckley County Royals. He pitched 6 complete innings. He gave up 2 Bulldog hits. He gave up no runs, had a walk, and a strikeout. Jack Fernandez came in relief of Birdie Little in the 7th inning, and Hernandez ended that inning with 2 strikeouts, a ground ball, and a walk. The Bulldogs falling short to the Bleckley County Royals pushed them to 3-7 on the overall season. The Bleckley County Royals were coming into the game 2-2 with wins at Sandy Creek and versus Gainesville 5-1 and 4-1 and losing to Jeff Davis 8-7 and West Lawrence 8-3. The Bleckley County Royals faced Jeff Davis in the Final 4 of Region 2 action last year in the 2019 season, and the Bleckley County Royals fell short, much like Toombs County did in 2017. However, I believe Bleckley County was the underdog in the game, meaning they had to beat Jeff Davis twice, and Jeff Davis only had to win once. But in 2017, in the Bulldogs state run, the Bulldogs only had to win once versus Jeff Davis. Unfortunately, that 2017 team fell short to the Jeff Davis Yellow Jackets twice in Jeff Davis. Here's head coach of the Toombs County High School Bulldog baseball team in his 2nd season, Derek James.
Well, Coach, there's not a lot to be disappointed with here in your team tonight. I think for a freshman on the mound, he did really well. What was your outlook on tonight's game?
We felt like we've been going along with him being a freshman. We've been chipping away at it, a couple JV innings, a couple varsity innings. We felt like tonight was the night for him to take the field for that first varsity start. And once again, like I told him, it's not a charity event. We put him on the field because we believe he can win a ball game. He gave us every chance to win a ball game. We just did a poor job at the plate.
And tonight, it seems like your offense went back to what they've been doing earlier in the season, not being able to score any runs. What happened with them tonight?
When we run into a good arm, we struggle. It's just a fact of life. Even Tattle County the other night, we talked about, we scored all of them in one inning. The back half, the rest of the ball game, Tattle won that. And like I said, we squared a couple up tonight, but we're a work in progress at the plate. Like I told him, you got to keep our confidence and main thing, get a little bit of confidence, and just realize that you can't win the ball game with every individual at bat. You just got to have a purpose every time you step up to the plate.
And tomorrow being your last non-region game before, I guess you could say your alma mater comes into town, Bacon County. What do you want your team to do tomorrow in preparation for, 6 weeks of region play they have coming?
That's it. Like I said, tomorrow we'll throw a couple more arms tomorrow that we ain't quite, and also a couple kids in the defensive positions just to make sure we got everything ironed out defensively. And once again, got another good group coming in, and hopefully get some quality at bats throughout the day.
Today, the Toombs County High School Bulldog baseball team will be playing host to the Coffee County Trojans in a game that was rained out not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before. Last time the Bulldogs played the Trojans was on the road in Coffee County. The Bulldog offense was still a work in progress. Center fielder Chandler Lynn has just joined the team that night, and he went 1 for 5 with a base hit. Gray Stevens went 1 for 3 with a run scored. He had a base hit in the first and was hit by a pitch in the 6th and had a sac fly that scored a run in the 8th. Will Watts went 1 for 4. Alex Gordy went 1 for 3 with a hit by a pitch. Jason Dukes went 0 for 3 with a hit by a pitch. Chase Musselman went 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored. He scored a run in the second inning on an error by the second baseman Brady Skipper, and he had an RBI double in the 7th. Chase Musselman pitched that game as well. He had 4 complete innings pitched. He allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, none of which were earned, 2 walks, and had 4 strikeouts. Trey Cloud came in relief, pitching 4 innings, allowing 3 hits, 1 run, had 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The Bulldogs went into extra innings in this game all the way to the 11th inning. Logan Knight pitched 2 2/3 inning. He allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The Bulldogs scored the first run of the game in the top of the second inning. Coffee County retaliated in the bottom of the third, and no one scored another run until the 7th. And that tied the game up 2-all. The Bulldogs scoring a run in the top of the 7th. And to the 8th inning, the game went. Both teams scored a run in the 8th, and we went to the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. But in the bottom of the 11th, the Coffee County Trojans scored 1 run, and they won the game 4-3. So it's going to be an interesting game today at Jackie Jones Field, with the first pitch beginning right here on your home of the Bulldogs, Y101.
Now the voice of Toombs County Baseball, the youngest, brightest, and best sports announcer, Bryce Brady.
And welcome to Jackie Jones Field here today for a non-region game between the Coffee County Trojans and the Toombs County High School Bulldog baseball team. Logan Knight's on the mound for the Bulldogs. Brady Skipper's up to bat first for the Trojans. Now this team faced off not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before over in Coffee County, and the Bulldogs fell short in extra innings 4-3. First pitch from Knight to Skipper is in for a strike. Brady Skipper led off for the Trojans in the game at Coffee County. Next pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. The Coffee County Trojans faced off against Bacon County. The Bulldogs play them to open up their region play next week, beginning on Tuesday. Pitch fouled off out of play. And Coffee County split 2 games with them, losing 3-1 and then winning 7-2. So that should give the Bulldogs some thought of what they're going up against next week. Here's the 0-2, breaking or off-speed pitch outside. Make it 1-2. Logan Knight's on the mound for the Bulldogs. Jason Dukes is behind the plate. Will Watts is at third. Cody Cortez is at short. Foster Jones is at second. Alex Gordy is out right now with an injury to his hand. Gray Stevens is at first. Chase Musselman is in left. Chandler Lynn is in center, and Trey Cloud is in right. Next pitch missing to make the count 2-2. Knight winding. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to Will Watts. Watts fields it at third, fires to first, and just in time for out number 1. One down will bring up Ben Lingenfelter. This is the guy whose last name I had a hard time with when we were at Coffee County. I had to listen to the PA announcer before I tried to pronounce it. When you're on the radio, always be sure when you're getting lineups or dealing with people's names that you ask them how to say it. They won't be offended if you ask them how to say it. They'll be more offended if you pronounce it wrong and, make it sound terrible. Well, Lingenfelter went to bunt his first pitch, but he fouled it back into the fence for strike one. And that's a mouthful to say, so I may just stick with calling him Ben. Old Ben. Ben's up. He's batting from the right-hand side. Knight pitches from the left. Here's the 0-1. An off-speed pitch, which went high to make the count even at 1. So you may see some new faces and new positions today for the Bulldogs as Coach Derek James is still making sure everybody knows their position and where he can put people going into the region. Pitch missing to make it 2-1. You got Watts over at third. Usually Bryson Stanley's over there. Here's the 2-1. This ball's going to be hit over by Will Watts into left field, and that'll be a base hit. At Cortez, it's short. Jones at second. Foster Jones having to run a lot of balls down up in the air in last night's game. He was all over the place. He was in shallow right. He was in shallow center. He was over here behind first. Everywhere. Up to bat now will be Logan Dale. Knight's going to pick back to first. He sort of threw it offline. Gray Stevens having to jump over the runner to get a hold of that ball, but he saved it. So nothing hurt here. Knight coming onto the mound, giving a look at his runner, delivering to the plate, and this ball is going to be fouled off for strike one on Logan Dale. Going back to the game where they played Coffee in Coffee County, Logan Dale hitting the number 2 hole. He went 0 for 3 with 2 walks in that game. Trace Musselman pitched. Logan Knight, however, did come in and pitch 2/3 inning. This ball's going to be chopped onto the ground. A light roller to Will Watts. Watts fields it, going to have to fire quick. And did he get it? Not in time at first. And Coach James didn't seem all that happy with that call. Maybe he'll come out and protest it, maybe not. But that puts another runner on the bag. And the Bulldogs find themselves in sort of a predicament here early with runners on first and second, both reaching on what you would call a base hit. Trevor Gruska, the left fielder, is up. He bats on the left-hand side. And the game we played in Coffee County, he went 1 for 3 with 2 walks, having a 2-run double, or a 2-run RBI double in the third inning to score 2 runs for the Coffee County Trojans. He was the one that scored the 2 runs in the bottom of the third. But the Bulldog defense had a put out at third. I believe he was trying to squeeze a double out of that, or a triple out of that. Here's the pitch. Missing. 2 balls, no strikes on Gruska. I didn't have a problem figuring out how to say his last name, but Lingenfelter. Had a problem with that one. Here's the 2-0. And this ball's going to be popped high up into the air. Cody Cortez is making the call and makes the catch for out number 2. 2 down. Bring up Wes Lott, the shortstop. And he was pitching in that game. But to be fair, Coffee County pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had a different pitcher every inning until Tal Hutto came in and he pitched for the rest of the game once we went into the extra innings. First pitch to Lott sells. Did he call it a strike? Okay, so 0-1 on Lott. These look like the same umpires we had last night. Knight working from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. And it sticks high. That'll make it 1-1. In the game in Coffee County, Lott went 3 for 5. He had a good game at the plate, having base hits in the 4th, 6th, and the 10th inning. This ball's going to be popped high up into the air. It looks like it's going to be in shallow center. Cody Cortez moves over there and makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. So Logan Knight only giving up 2 base hits here in the top of the first. No score between the Trojans and the Bulldogs here on a Saturday. We're going to take a break and come back on Y101.
You no longer have to fill pill trays. With our Care Plus packaging at All Care Pharmacy, we package your medication by dose and by day for you. You only only have to make one trip to the pharmacy each month for routine refills. Plus, there's no additional charge for our packaging service. You simply pay the same copay each month. For more information about this free service, call Debbie Holly at 912-524-0100.
Well, it's tax time, and Geiger Insurance and Tax Service at 114 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons can handle all your tax needs along with free quotes on your insurance. Linnell Geiger can prepare your taxes, and they also do electronic filing. Give Geiger Tax and Insurance a call and find out how easy your tax preparation can be. Get ready to write this number down, 526-4220.
Hablamos español.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Wiggins Associates in Vidalia.
And welcome back to Jackie Jones Field. On the mound today for the Coffee County Trojans is going to be... Why can't I find him? What's his name? I think he has a DH for him. I don't see his... Hey, who's the pitcher? Mr. Graham. He can't hear me. I don't know who the pitcher is. What's this guy's name? The pitcher. I didn't see him in the roster. I think. Oh, okay. So it's Justin Sword. Okay. You know, they have a new rule in Region 2 this season where you have to have a DH in every game. So he's the DH / the pitcher, meaning if they do change pitchers, he's still going to be DHing. That's how that works. So about the confusion. Anyway, so now I'm going to write Sword over here in my Bob Carpenter baseball scorebook. You know, I think this is one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given. Barney giving this to me. Everything you need. You don't even really have to look up from the paper except to see the balls and strikes and where they're going to hit it. But everything else you need is right here in this book. Chandler Lynn leading off for the Bulldogs last night in the game here at Jackie Jones Field. He went 0 for 3, making his average 3 for 17 on the season. Looking for some base hits in today's game. Sword going to start from the stretch. And here's the pitch. Going to start Lynn off with a fastball for strike one. Lynn will be followed by Chase Musselman. You got a junior, and then after Musselman will be Will Watts. Here's the 0-1, and it looks like it's missing outside to make it 1-1. Chandler Lynn stepping back in. You know, he wrestles, and he was a football player. Here's the 1-1. And that hit in the dirt in front of the plate to make it 2-1. You know, going down to Coffee County, you're looking at their bleachers and whatnot, you know, there's a lot of room between the bleachers and the fence. You know, that's where I set up. And then they have these signs on the fence that say, do not touch the fence. Which there were some signs on the field. Let's see, where did we go this past week? The field in Reedsville that said did not touch the net. Or should I say Tatnall? 2-1. Lynn fouls off for strike two. Chandler Lynn is really good at watching pitches closely. He has to be leading the team in walks. He's only joined the Bulldog team last Wednesday. Well, Wednesday a week ago, should I say, and it was against this very team. Next pitch missing outside, and Chandler Lynn, the guy with the good eye, has worked the count full. Lynn batting from the left-hand side, full count pitch. Here from Sword, and missing low, and what I tell you, Lynn is reaching on a walk. That'll bring up Chase Musselman, the left fielder, and another junior for the Bulldog baseball team wearing number 4, batting from the right-hand side. On the season, Musselman's 4 for 32. And last night's game, Musselman went 1 for 3, having one of 2 base hits the Bulldog team had in last night's game. And when we played Coffee on the road in Coffee, Musselman going to bunt this one, but he missed for strike one. And on the road down in Coffee, Musselman went 1 for 4, scoring a run for the Bulldog baseball team in the 7th inning on an RBI double. He also had another run scored in the 2nd inning, but that was on an error. He reached on an error, which scored a run. So let's see if Musselman can score some runs here, or a run. Chandler Lynn's on first, and Chandler Lynn's going to go. Musselman hits this one on the ground to the shortstop lot. Lot fields it, no play at second, play at first. There's the out there. But Musselman, that had to be a hit and run play there because Chandler Lynn was going and Musselman was swinging. So there you go. runner at second for Toombs County with one down. Runner in scoring position. We have some good bats coming up. You could score Chandler Lynn. Chandler Lynn is fast. He can make a lot out of nothing, so we can see what he can do here. I'll bring up Will Watts. Watson last night's game went 1 for 2 with a walk. First pitch to him. That'll be in for a strike. Looked like an off-speed pitch there. See if the Bulldogs can score some runs early with one down. Last non-region game before Bacon comes into town next Tuesday. Next pitch missing low. Inside for ball 1. Sword coming back onto the hill. Working from the stretch. Coming set. Giving a look at Lynn. And he's still looking. And here's the 1-1. And Watts is going to chop this one onto the ground, the shortstop lot. He fields it, fires to first. That's another out. And Chandler Lynn has gotten down to third. So a Bulldog in easy scoring position right now. They could jump up on top by 1 easy with a base hit here to bring up Gray Stevens. In last night's game, Gray Stevens went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out to the shortstop. So Stevens looking for a base hit here. Off-speed pitch there, got by the catcher Abels, but no go. Not far enough for Chandler Lynn to try to make a stab at stealing home. 0-1 on 1-0, on Stevens. Stevens bats from the right-hand side. Where's number 22 for the Bulldogs? And here's the 1-0. Fastball. Stevens fouls it off to make the count even at 1. On deck will be pitcher Logan Knight, a sophomore. A young team. I keep telling you this. This team is mainly comprised of sophomore and freshmen this year. 1 senior, 5 juniors, and all the rest are in 9th and 10th grade. Here's the 1-1. And Stevens gets under this one. I believe he sent it out of play over towards Booster Stadium, and that'll be strike 2. There's another big group coming up who's in 8th grade this year. So the team is still going to be comprised of a lot of young guys. A lot of 8th graders will be moving up to high school baseball next year, the middle school team. That middle school team's coached by Dirk Brantley, Travis Blewett, and Rob Hilton. This next pitch fouled off out of play. Coach Hilton, a returning coach. He's been coaching for, I want to say, the last 7 years. He started when I was there. My 6th grade year was his first year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And Stevens gets under this one again and fouls it out of play. 3 balls. Stevens is fouled off out of play. He said, and looks like we're out of balls. The umpire is going over to the home dugout, which is the Bulldog dugout, to get some more game balls. Also, the middle school team is coached by Logan Martin. Logan Martin was a high school baseball player for Toombs County a long time ago. Here's the 1-2. Stevens pokes it back to the pitcher Sword. He bobbles it. Stevens going to try to run this out. Here's the throw. Stevens is put out at first. So the Bulldogs unable to score any runs here in the first inning, but it's no score between the Trojans and the Bulldogs as we break going into the second on Y101.
Check out these great deals going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts or Napa dealer in lines like 8-foot battery booster cables, $8.99, or 10-foot battery booster cables, $14.99. Max Premium Starting Fluid, $1.99. Chevron Delo 400 SDE HD diesel motor oil, $12.99 a gallon. 2.5 gallon of diesel DEF, $9.99. 20-piece SAE metric 12-point socket set, 3/8 drive for $29.99. There's some more great savings going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts or Napa dealer in lines, and we hope to see you there.
The Sandwich Shop, located at 213 Green Street in Vidalia, has all your fresh homemade sandwiches. Amy and the gang can fix you a sandwich with over 20 different varieties of sandwiches, from the common BLT to a Philly steak and cheese. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. Give them a call at 537-9263. Hope to see you there.
Now back with more of Toombs County High School Baseball, brought to you in part by L.A. Geiger Tax and Insurance.
We're at Jackie Jones today for another Trojan team. You know, last Saturday they were playing the Telfair County Trojans, and now here we are playing the Coffee County Trojans, school based out of Douglas, Georgia. Playing the Bulldogs today. Coffee County, the Bulldogs faced off about a week and a half ago. The Bulldogs fell short in extra innings 4-3. Logan Knight's on the mound today. Going to look up some statistics about Bacon County, considering that's who we're playing next week to start the 2020 region play. So Justin Sword, the pitcher, also the DH, sends one out in the left field. Chase Musselman moves over to his left and makes that catch for out number 1. Oh, they don't have the Bacon County Raider statistics from this season up. They have it from last year. Last year overall, they went 8 for 13. Well, I guess I can see how they did against the Bulldogs last year. The one-out pitch, swing, and a miss from catcher Lake Abels for strike 1. See, last year... Wait, this is basketball. No wonder. Let me go back and find that. Here's the 0-1. Swing, fouled it off. Like it might have hit the umpire in the leg. That'll be strike 2. No wonder I couldn't find what I was looking for. See, we'll fix that real quick. Here we go. So far this season, the Bacon County Raiders are 3-3. And I will tell you who they have won and lost to. The 0-2 way off the plate to make it 1-2. Let's see. Bacon County played Appling County, beat them 12-5. Here's the 1-2. Missing low to make it 2-2. They played Valdosta at the Wildcat Invitational. They won that game 12-2. They played Ware County. They lost 4-3. They played Statesboro, and they lost 12-1. They played Coffee. Like I said, they won 3-1. Then they played Coffee again and lost 7-2. So Abel sends this one out into right center field, and that's going to drop in for another Coffee County base hit. They have 3 so far in this game today. That'll bring up Peyton Adams, the first baseman. See, after Bacon County faces off against Toombs County, they'll be here Tuesday and they'll be here Friday, and then Thursday will be over in Bacon County. They will play Metter, then Swainsboro, Vidalia, and it looks like they're going to have a few non-region games, and then they'll play Bryan and Jeff Davis to end the season. Head coach Derek James coached over at Bacon County for 5 years before coming here to Toombs County. Logan Knight coming onto the mound, working from the stretch with a runner at first. 1 down. Peyton Adams, the first baseman's up to bat. Logan Knight coming set, winding. Here's the pitch. And that's missing off the plate for ball 1. Catcher Jason Dukes moving over to block that one up. I keep mentioning Jason Dukes is a catcher, much like his older sister was when she played Lady Bulldog softball. This ball's going to be hit onto the ground over to Foster Jones at second. He makes a dive, not able to get to it, and it looks like that scooted through for another base hit. I don't think Foster Jones really made any touch on that ball. Well, Mr. Brian Graham's going to score it as an error, so yeah, he's been doing this a lot longer than I have, keeping books. I think I'm going to score it as an error, too. And it looks better for the Bulldogs anyway. Well, I guess it doesn't, but it looks better for the pitcher. Head coach Derek James coming out to the mound to talk to his Bulldog defense. Looks like he's pointing over in the general direction of the second base position. That ball just did get through. Foster Jones was almost over there where he could, set up and make a clean catch on it. The wind is blowing here at Jackie Jones Field. Thank goodness for this press box. Anywhere else, I'd be out in the cold. Jeff Davis has a nice facility. I get to sit in the press box over at Jeff Davis. Vidalia, I don't. Let's see. Bacon, I don't. Bryan, I don't. Trying to think. This ball smacked out in the right field to Trey Cloud. Cloud comes in and makes the grab. It looks like Cloud kind of lost it again in the sky. Cloud last night lost the base hit, which turned into a triple over down the right field line. Yeah, and the wind's not making it any easier for the outfielders here today. That'll be out number 2. Wouldn't want to be an outfielder today with the wind. It looks like the wind's blowing inward towards the press box, which if you hit one out there to the outfield, a long shot, the wind could push against it, which would make it hard for an outfielder. You have to give them credit. They have to make some hard calls out there. Go frontwards, backwards, side, over here. They don't know. Actually, they do know. They make the catches. Next pitch missing. 2 balls, no strikes on Brody Skipper. Grounded out to third baseman Will Watson, his first at bat. He's stepping back in. Runners on first and second for Coffee County. Here's the pitch from Knight. Missing high to make it 3 balls and no strikes on Brody Skipper. Playing second base today as he did in the game over in Coffee County. Knight coming set. Here's the pitch. And that'll be in first strike to make it 3-1. And you know, Coffee County did a lot of moving around in that game where they played Toombs County, but Brody Skipper stayed at second the entire game. I do remember that. Hit on the ground to Watts at third. Watts fields it, steps on third, and gets out number 3. So the Bulldogs giving up some base runners here to Coffee County, but they got out of it, not letting them score any runs. We go into the bottom of the second. No score between the Trojans and the Bulldogs on Y101.
Need a loan? You're always on the winning team with First Franklin. Come see the friendly Franklin folks in Vidalia or apply online at www.1ffc.com. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Check out these great deals going on this week at your Thrifty Galaxy Food Store and lines like fresh and shorted pork chops, $1.28 a pound. 81% lean ground beef, $2.98 a pound. 32-ounce Smoker's Grape Jelly, 2 for $4. Jill peanut butter, 2 for $6. Creamy white potatoes, 2 for $6. 8-ounce Kraft shredded cheese, 2 for $5. There's some more great savings going on this week at your Thrifty Galaxy Food Store and lines, and we hope to see you there. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Heritage Ag Supply and Lines.
And welcome back to Jackie Jones Field here on Y101. The Bulldogs facing off against the Trojans in a non-region game today. Score right now is 0-all. Logan Knight doing fantastically on the mound today. Only giving up 3 base hits so far. And they were earned base hits. They hit them where the Bulldogs weren't. On the mound for the Coffee County Trojans is Justin Sword. First pitch into Logan Knight, who's up to bat, is in for a called strike 1. 0-1 on Knight. Sword coming set. And here's the pitch. Nice breaking ball. Make it 0-2. Knight with an open stance. Bats from the right-hand side. Here's the 0-2. Knight gets under this one, sends it high up into the air, over toward pitcher Justin Sword, and the wind looks like it did something with that one too. He makes the catch, though. That'll be out number 1. Bring up senior Trey Cloud. Cloud looking for a base hit. He hasn't had one since that Tattnall County game over in Reedsville the other day. Where I say it was in Reedsville, it was on the outskirts of Reedsville, about to break into Glenville. I would say that school is just about evenly positioned between the city of Reedsville and the city of Glenville. Here's the pitch to Cloud. Cloud sends a nice base hit. However, it would have been a base hit. Walker, the center fielder, moved over to his left, made that catch for out number 2. A nice hit by Cloud. You know, the thing about these Bulldogs is they'll send nice hits to the outfield. However, it'll be right to one of the outfielders, which I know has to be a little disheartening for the player. I mean, they had this nice hit and then robbed out in the outfield. Here's a 2-out pitch to Jason Dukes, missing for ball 1. Dukes didn't play in last night's game. Watts caught. However, Dukes was in the bullpen to come in if Lucas O'Connor started struggling. Ball missing for 2-0, but Lucas O'Connor pitched very well last night. Featured him in the pregame show, the only player I interviewed. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned run, and had 1 walk. Here's the 2-0 to Dukes. That'll be on the inside edge for strike 1. And for a freshman pitching to a bunch of more than likely older guys, seniors and juniors, I say he did very well. And the next pitch missing low for ball 3. Three balls and one strike on catcher Jason Dukes. He steps back in, wears number 15, batting from the right-hand side. Sword coming set, working from the stretch. Here's the 3-1, and that'll be in for strike 2. This count is now full on Jason Dukes with 2 down. See if Dukes can reach with a base hit here. Here's the 3-2 from Sword. Dukes sends it backside. However, it's going to go foul out of play. Dukes adjusting his batting gloves, steps back in. The Bulldogs are in all white today, white tops, white bottoms, and the Trojans are in gray tops, gray bottoms. Here's the 3-2. Dukes gets under this one, sends it foul, out of play. When we played Coffee County and Coffee, I believe they were in white bottoms and maroon, sort of burgundy tops, I guess. The Bulldogs have 3 uniforms, navy, red, and white. Here's the pitch. And inside on Dukes, almost hitting him. So he's going to take the trot down to first on a walk. 2 down. That'll bring up Foster Jones playing second base today. As he did last night, going to put in a courtesy runner for catcher Foster Jones. Or not catcher Foster, catcher Jason Dukes. And that's going to be Dawson Brantley.
Next up for the Bulldogs, number 16, Foster Jones.
Foster Jones taking some practice swings outside the batter's box as they're waiting for the umpire to record that Dawson Brantley is pinch running for catcher Jason Dukes. The Bulldogs need some runs. I mean, we're not in desperate need of them, but it would be nice. Go ahead and jump on the Coffee County Trojans. In the game at Coffee County, the Bulldogs were the first team to score a run in the top of the second. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be hit back up the middle to the second baseman, Brody Skipper. It took a wicked hop off the pitcher's mound, but Brody Skipper moved over, made the play, and got the force out at second base, and that'll be out number 3. So we go to the top of the third inning. No score between the Trojans and the Bulldogs as we break on Y101.
For over 75 combined years, the campuses of Southeastern Technical College have been providing education for the real world. STC Swainsboro and Vidalia locations give students from Glenville to Wrightsville access to local, high-quality training that won't break the bank. From accounting to welding, Southeastern Tech's programs give you the tools to succeed now, whether you've just graduated high school or you're looking to kickstart your career. For more information on enrollment, visit southeasterntech.edu.
Hello, folks. This is Wallace from Gordy Enterprises. You RV trailer and motorhome enthusiasts, if you're going on an extended stay, always have your tires checked to be sure they aren't too old. If you own an RV or a motorhome, you should have your tires replaced every 4 years due to dry rot. This could be the results that you may be able to prevent. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, my mama always said.
Gordy Enterprises, HD Wright Road between Vidalia and Lyons.
Now back with more of Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by the Sandwich Shop on Green Street in Vidalia.
We're at Jackie Jones today for a non-region matchup between the Coffee County Trojans and the Toombs County Bulldogs. We're in the top of the third inning. Ben Lingenfelter is up to bat for the Trojans, followed by Logan Dell and Trevor Gruska. Logan Knight still on the mound for the Bulldogs. Working from the windup right now. Pitches from the left-hand side. Lingenfelter bats from the right, showing bunt, pulls back, does not. Ball low for ball 1. Windy here today at Jackie Jones Field. Looks like the wind has changed direction a bit. Here's the pitch. Looks like it would be blowing more towards the east. I believe that speaker may have just fallen outside. Oh, no. As long as the antenna hasn't fallen. Pitch missing to make it 2-1. Knight coming set. Here's the pitch. And missing inside. Excuse me, that was 3-0. Now it's ball 4. If that antenna falls, I will definitely be able to hear it. All kind of crazy noises might start happening.
Up next for the Trojans, number 4, Dale, with number 1, Gruska on deck.
Logan Dale's up to bat, playing third, reached on a base hit in the top of the first, showing bunt, does not. Dukes was going to throw back to first. However, it was missing. Or not missing. Gray Stevens came up to cover the bunt. He wasn't covering first. This ball's going to be bunted on the ground to Logan Knight. Knight fields it, gets the out at first. However, a run progresses down to second. One down, bring up Trevor Gruska, the left fielder. You know, I was wondering on my way back to the press box, I was feeling the wind, and I was like, you know, what if that antenna blows over? What would happen? And then I started examining the way the antenna is built and the little stand it comes on, and I was like, I think it's close to near impossible to blow that down. First pitch to Gruska is on the outside edge for a strike, and I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't think it can blow it because it has that little thing there where the Bulldogs, Logan Knight picking off the runner at second base, Ben Lingenfelter. That was a nice move by Logan Knight, who got the lead runner there, and now there are 2 down. Boy, was that nice by Logan Knight. A nice move, and Cody Cortez there to cover. 2 down. Trevor Gruska going to bunt, and he bunts at foul for a strike. Man, that was a nice move by Logan Knight. Kudos to him and for Cody Cortez being there. Came up right behind the runner. The runner wasn't expecting it at all. Logan Knight, a lefty. Now he's working from the windup. No runners on base. Gruska steps in. Playing left field today. Flew out to Cody Cortez in his first at bat. Here's the 0-1. And that's missing low. One ball and 2 strikes on Gruska. And here's the 1-2 from Knight. And this ball's lined up the middle for a base hit by Trevor Gruska. Out in the center field. With 2 down, that'll bring up Wes Lott, the shortstop. His first at bat, he also flew out to Cody Cortez, who made that catch over towards the second base bag out in shallow center. Knight now going to work from the stretch with a runner at first. Just a nice pickoff move. So fluent. This ball's going to be looped over into left field to Chase Musselman, who judged it correctly and made that catch out in left field for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score between the Trojans and the Bulldogs on your home of the Bulldogs, Y101.
This is TCV Broadcasting, WLYU FM, Lions Vidalia, Y101.
Zaxby's Caribbean Jerk Chicken is just like a vacation in the tropics, only without the sunburn. Or the dive-bombing seagulls. Or all of that pesky sand.
How did it get in there?
Well, at least it tastes like the tropics. Enjoy our famous chicken tossed in a tropical blend of spicy habanero, fruity mango, and exotic island spices. The Caribbean Jerk boneless wings and the new filet sandwich meal. 2 more reasons you'll get a kick out of Zaxby's.
Heritage Ag Supply has their seed potatoes in now, along with all your garden seed. It's time for lambing your garden, and you can get it in bulk or bag. Don't forget it's time for pre-emergement on your lawn. For your fertilizer or garden needs, make it Heritage Ag Supply at 451 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons, or give them a call at 526-3858, or find us on the web. And we hope to see you there. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you by Thriftway Galaxy Food Store and Lyons.
Welcome back to Jackie Jones Field on Y101. If you don't have anything to do today, you can come out and watch the Toombs County High School Bulldog baseball team in action. They only have 1 game today, but if it's anything like the game they played down in Coffee versus the same team, it could go on for a while. Went all the way to the 11th inning. Cody Cortez up to bat for the Bulldogs, 9-1-2 hitters. After Cody, we'll be back to the top of the order with Chandler Lynn and Chase Musselman. No score between the Trojans and the Bulldogs. Bulldogs looking to score some runs. Last night, the Bulldogs didn't score any runs against Bleckley. And as you heard Coach Derek James say, it wasn't because a lack of a good arm on the mound. Lucas O'Connor was pitching fantastically. Cortez, first pitch to him, missing for ball 1. Sword coming next pitch, and Cortez loops this one over to left fielder Gruska, who makes the catch for out number 1. That ball had a tail on it as it went up into the air, looping. 1 down, to the top of the order we go. That'll bring up Chandler Lynn, the center fielder, who reached on a walk. Definitely leading the team in walks this season. He has, I would say he's averaging about 2 walks a game. Here's the pitch. In for a strike. Outside edge. Nothing in 1 on Chandler Lynn. Coming set. Here's the 0-1 from Sword. And Lynn gets under this one, pops it up into the shallow infield. And looks like the second baseman Skipper called it. However, the shortstop Watt and third baseman Dale were all over there in the vicinity right behind the pitcher's mound. And that'll be out number 2. So the difference right now between the Coffee County Trojans and the Toombs County Bulldogs is the Trojans have 3 base hits in this game. Or actually, 4, and the Bulldogs have none. And, if you keep hitting the ball, eventually it'll find holes. That's what the Bulldogs need to do. They need to put the ball in play, get some base hits. I have faith in the Bulldog baseball team. There have been no strikeouts from either team so far. Musselman hits this one on the ground in the left field for the first base hit for the Bulldogs. Musselman having a base hit in last night's game. Went 1 for 3. I don't know what that is that keeps slamming outside. Every time it slams, I'm like, oh gosh, wonder what has fallen now. Musselman, I just realized this, has a 4-game hitting streak right now. Will Watts fouling a ball out of play. Yeah, would you look at that? Chase Musselman having a 4-game hitting streak for the Bulldogs. Strike 1 on Will Watts. Here's the 0-1 from Sword. Watts swinging at a high fastball. Musselman stealing second. I got a little scared there. The ball was offline, and Musselman got there safely. Otherwise, I'm not sure Musselman would have been safe there. Musselman this season has been very aggressive on the bases, which is not a bad thing. That's how you put runners in scoring position. That's how you score runs. That's how you get on top of teams. Here's the 0-2 to Will Watts, and Watts fouls it off to stay alive. Nothing in 2 on the right-handed hitter. Grounded into an out in his first at bat to the shortstop. A lot of Bulldog fans here with blankets here today and thick coats. Here's the 0-2. And Watts gets under this one, sends it into right field. The right fielder, Lingenfeller. Actually, he gives away to second baseman Brody Skipper as he goes out in shallow right and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Bulldogs finally have a base hit in the game, and we go into the top of the 4th inning. No score between the Bulldogs and the Trojans here at Jackie Jones on Y101.
Darrell and Lucretia Nobles are proud supporters of the Toombs County High School baseball team, and a reminder that the next blood drive will be Monday, April the 6th from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Callaway Center in Lyons. And go Dog!
Selling only quality brands with unbeatable prices and over 35 years of experience in big rig repair. Stevens Truck Center in Lyons and Big Rig Truck Parts in Statesboro on Highway 301 South. Both locations offering you the best solution for your truck. Big Rig Truck Parts in Statesboro is celebrating 1 year of service, and as a Stevens Truck Center affiliate, you're assured of the best. Stevens Truck Center on Highway number 1 South in Lyons and Big Rig Truck Parts in Statesboro on Highway 301 South.
Now back with more of Toombs County Baseball, brought to you in part by Rivers Heating and Air and Electric. your local Lennox dealer. Give them a call at 537-8490.
And we're on the 29th day of February here on a leap year. You know, this won't happen again for another 4 years in 2024. And the Bulldogs are playing some baseball here at Jackie Jones Field. Logan Knight's on the mound for the Bulldogs. First pitch to pitcher Justin Sword for the Coffee County Trojans. Then for a strike to make it 0-1. I saw an interesting factoid that apparently on social media, you know how it pops up your memories. Sword sending this one sky high up into the air over into shallow left field. And Cody Cortez is going to give way to Chase Musselman, who makes the catch for out number 1. But the thing was, it was, you know how it shows your memories, like, oh, this was from a year ago, or this is from 2 years ago, or, you know, you were with 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Anyway, because this day only happens once every 4 years, according to, you know, the people, whoever the people are, first pitch to Lake Ables is fouled off for a strike. They say that you won't get that memory notification until 4 years from now. So I think I may just post something just to see how true that is. And it'll pop up 4 years from now. Here's the 0-1. Missing to make it 1-1. 2024. Right in the middle of the roaring 20s. Wonder if these 20s are going to be anything like the 1920s. Yeah. You hope not. This ball's hit on the ground to Cody Cortez. Cortez bobbles it. Is he going to stay with it? He does, but he throws it offline to first base, and that runner's there safely. One down to bring up Peyton Adams. And, you know, if it's anything like the 1920s, Great Depression, which, I mean, the stock market is falling right now due to the coronavirus. You know, it may be like the 1920s. You hope not. But I guess those people back then, they hope not as well. Knight working from the stretch with a runner at first. Peyton Adams, here's the pitch. High for ball 1. But, you know, there were some good things that came from the 1920s. That was the start of the Jazz era. So put in your Duke Ellington in your car on the way home from work. Here's the 1-0. I'm speaking of present day, by the way. It's fouled off into foul territory. Will Watts coming over and making that catch from third base for out number 2. Celebrate the 1920s here in 2020.
2 down. Up next for the Trojans, number 20, Walker. Number 9, Skipper.
Actually, the stock market, the Great Depression began in 1929. So the end of the 20s. So the 20s were good all the way up until then. Pitch missing to Griffin Walker for ball 1. Sure, if Bobby George is listening, he can give you more details about that. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. See, Great Depression. Yeah, it was mainly during, it started in 1929. I thought it did. 1 ball, 1 strike on Griffin Walker. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss for strike 2. It was a severe worldwide economic depression that took place mostly during the 30s, beginning in the United States. The timing of the Great Depression varied across nations. In most countries, it started in 1929 and lasted until the late 30s. And swing and a miss, and that's the first strikeout of the game for strike number 3. 3 down, and we go into the bottom of the 4th inning. No score between the Trojans and the Bulldogs on Hawaii 101.
Reedy Creek Meat Company, located at 204 Washington Street in Vidalia, has fresh farm Georgia-grown beef. Nothing never frozen, dry aged with no nitrates. Or get the 20-pound box. Mix or match, meat of your choice. Open Monday through Friday from 9 till 6 and Saturdays 9 to 3. That's Reedy Creek Meat Company at 204 Washington Street in Vidalia, or give them a call at 912-386-4625.
Does your home have its own weather pattern? Rivers Air Conditioning and Heating can help you by servicing your current system or providing you with a new energy-efficient Lennox system featuring innovative iComfort 530 thermostats that let you monitor and adjust your home temperature anywhere with your smartphone app. Call Rivers Heating and Air Conditioning at 912-537-8800 888-8490 or visit us online at riversac.net.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Heritage Ag Supply and Lines.
Gray Stevens, Logan Knight, and Trey Cloud up to bat for the Bulldogs, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. The Bulldogs looking to score some runs in a non-scoring game right now. The score is 0-0 for the Trojans and the Bulldogs. So I guess both teams are looking to score some runs. Defense is good and all, and it's good to have good defense, but you know the old saying, defense wins games. Yeah, they win games if you're already ahead. I mean, you have to have offense. You have to score some runs to win some games. Your defense could be spectacular, airless defense. But eventually you're going to play a team that's going to get base hits and score runs. And the first pitch to Gray Stevens, he sends up into the air over towards right fielder Lingenfelter, who makes that catch for out number 1. One down to bring up Logan Knight, the pitcher for the Bulldogs. He flew out to the pitcher, Justin Sword, in his first at bat.
Up next for the Dogs, number 25, Logan Knight. Number 12.
Knight wears 25 and is in his second season here with the Bulldogs. He began playing for high school baseball in his 9th grade year. Logan Knight sends the ball out to center field, and it's going to drop in for another base hit for the Bulldogs. There you go. Bulldogs getting some runners here. Logan Knight playing all 3 years in middle school and then playing his 9th grade year here. And he's in his 10th grade year. They're going to put in a pinch runner for Logan Knight. That looks like Gavin Hall, a freshman. Trey Cloud is up to bat. Cloud 0 for 1 in today's game, having a nice hit, but robbed by center fielder Walker, Griffin Walker. Umpire making that change in his notepad. Trey Cloud stepping in. 1 out, runner at first. Here's the pitch. Trey Cloud showed bunt, did not pull back. Going to throw back to first. Gavin Hall gets back safely. Strike 1 on Trey Cloud. If you're just tuning in, Bulldogs facing off against the Trojans today here in the bottom of the 4th. No score between the two teams. Logan Knight just reaching on a base hit, and Gavin Hall pinch running for him. 0-1 on Cloud. Here's the pitch off the plate and missing for ball 1. And if you're ever out of town and you'd like to listen to the games, you can go to YouTube, Barney B3. We're streaming all the games there. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate again, make it 2-1. And then the cool thing about YouTube is once the live is over, it's there for good. So the broadcast will always be there. And Barney has been uploading them to his Toombs Now page when he writes up the articles on the team. Trey Cloud sends this ball high up into the air to Walker. Gavin Hall was way off first base. And that will be, he called him safe. The umpire called him safe. I'm not so sure about that. But if it were not for Gavin Hall scooting back, that would have been out number 3. Gavin Hall way off first base for that ball was almost an infield fly. Scary things. But 2 down, that'll bring up Jason Dukes. Dukes is catching today. He walked in his first at bat on a full count. Jason Dukes is another batter who watches the pitch closely. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Strike 1. That was a hard swing by Jason Dukes. He steps back in, runner at first. Gavin Hall has his lead. 0-1. Here's the pitch. He gets him on a high fastball. Catcher Lake Abels is going to throw down to first. Gavin Hall scoots back safely. 0-2 on Jason Dukes. The Bulldogs have 2 base hits in this game. One by Chase Musselman and another by Logan Knight. Here's the 0-2. And Jason Dukes chases a high fastball, fouls it off into the fence. This is the last day of non-region play for the Bulldogs until they start 6 consecutive weeks of region action. Well, I say 6 consecutive. There's a little break there. They play Bleckley. This ball was pitched, missing low, and the catcher was coming up to throw Gavin Hall out at second, but Gavin Hall is there safely. No throw from the catcher, Lake Abels. Bulldogs have a runner in scoring position. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jason Dukes. See if the Bulldogs can score a run here. See if Jason Dukes can hit the ball backside. Here's the 1-2 from Sword. Tried to get Dukes chasing there. Makes it 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jason Dukes as he steps back in, bats from the right-hand side. Sword giving a look at Gavin Hall, who has his lead at second. Here's the pitch, and Jason Dukes puts it backside for a base hit. Jason Dukes is running to first, no play at first. Gavin Hall's being held up at third. A nice backside base hit by Jason Dukes. And that'll put runners on first and second to bring up junior Foster Jones. Jones grounded into a fielder's choice in his first at bat. Let me see. Let me look back through here. I mentioned that Chase Musselman has a 4-game hitting streak. Let's see. Okay, let's see. That's 1. I'm checking on Alex Gordy. That's 2. That is 3. Alex Gordy didn't play in last night's game, but he has Alex Gordy has a 3-game hitting streak right now. Chase Musselman having a 4-game hitting streak. I don't know why I didn't check that earlier. Here's the pitch to Foster Jones, a nice breaking ball in for a strike to make it 0-1. The odd thing about where I'm writing this game in my scorebook is I skipped a page in Appling County in that doubleheader, so I fit this game in here. I wasn't going to leave a page blank. Foster Jones swings, fouls tip, strike 2. So I wrote at the top date 2/29/20, which this is a special day. It only occurs once every 4 years, I keep mentioning, so that's why I wrote it up top. Special day, gets a special page, and look at that. Dawson Brantley, who's pinch running for Jason Dukes, stole while before the pitcher even pitched the ball. Nobody was there covering it. Runners are now at second and third. Here's the 0-2 to Foster Jones, and he fouls it off. Oh, man, it looks like it may have hit the catcher in the leg there. He's shaking it off. He may be okay. That was smart base running by Dawson Brantley. Coach James pulling some tricks out of his sleeve right there. 0-2 on Jones. The Bulldogs can't give up this opportunity here. Runners on second and third. A backside hit. One just like Jason Dukes had would score a run. And depending on how fast or slow Dawson Brantley is, possibly 2. Here's the 0-2. Missing low for ball 1. Foster Jones stepping back in, batting from the right. A transfer from Robert Toombs. Here's the 1-2. Jones chops this one on the ground to Lott. Lott fields it. Here's the play at first, and that will be out number 3. The Bulldogs putting runs on second and third and unable to score them as we go into the top of the 5th inning. No score on Y101.
Jerry Marcel again. Y101 had a contest going to be the greatest station in the United States, and they had answered all the questions correctly, and this was the last question, and it was Tone's turn to answer it, and the question was, name the 4 seasons. And Tone thought a minute, and he said, that's easy. Salt, pepper, mustard, and vinegar.
This here story brought to you by them good old Wiggins boys up there at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. When your head is hurting, or you got a cold, or your blood pressure's up, or you just feel sick, go by and see Brother Mike, the nurse practitioner at 537-2530. Or if your foot's hurting, or you got an ingrown toenail, or you just can't hardly walk, go by and see Brother Mark, the foot doctor, at 537-2559. They might even sing to you or tell you a joke. That's Wiggins Associates at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. They'll take care of you from head to toe. Thank you. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Tar Land and Timber and Line.
So I mentioned when we played Coffee County, I remember this down in Coffee. I remember saying that the teams are pretty evenly matched. I don't know if I said that on the radio or if I said that on an interview to a coach or to one of the kids, but I do remember, and it's proven to be true. I mean, in this game, that the teams are pretty evenly matched. This is an evenly matched game, and it's going to be the team who messes up first to score the first to win the game. I know that the team that messes up first is going to give the game to the other team, or one team's just going to have a good inning at the plate. It's going to be one or the other, and it looks like Brody Skipper going to bunt this ball down third base. Really no play at first there. He was down the line very quickly. Looks like a base hit for Brody Skipper. That'll bring up Ben Lingenfelter, the right fielder. He's stepping in today's game. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch from Knight, missing high. For ball 1. One ball, no strike. Here's the pitch. He's also going to bunt. Logan Knight coming off the mound and going to make the play at first. There's an out there. A run gets down to second. Looks like Coffee County is trying their hand at small balling here. And as far as advancing runners around, it's working. Logan Dale, he's 1 for 2 today. Small ball. I have seen small ball win baseball games. Some coaches, think that, it's not that important. But if you can small ball a team, sometimes you can win a game. Here's the pitch. It's going to be missing for ball 1 on Logan Dale. He's 1 for 2 today. Batting in the number 3 hole for Coffee County. He steps in. Here's the 1-0. This ball lined over to Cody Cortez. It takes a wicked hop, and Cody Cortez not going to be able to stay with it. And that would be Logan Dale reaching on an error. And that'll bring up Trevor Gruska. And this puts the Bulldogs in a tricky situation here in the top of the 5th. The runner in easy scoring position and a runner at first. Runners are on the corners here for Coffee County. With the 1 down. Here's the pitch from Knight. Runner going, and the throw is going to be back to Logan Knight. I think that was ball 1. And if not, we'll find out in just a second. Trevor Gruska batting from the left-hand side. Here's the pitch. This ball sent high up into the air to Chandler Lynn. He's having to turn and run back, and is going to be attacked from third. Here comes the runner, and he's going to score, and the ball is getting by Cody Cortez and by Will Watts. But there's nobody else on base. So Coffee County scoring the first run of the ball game here in the top of the 5th. And it doesn't look like Derek James is too happy right now. He's coming out on the mound to talk with his team. Yeah, he's not happy right now. A sac fly by Trevor Gruska scoring the first run of the game for Coffee County. 2 down. That'll bring up shortstop Wes Lott. Head coach Derek James still on the mound talking to his baseball team. The Bulldogs will be back in action on Tuesday versus Bacon County here at Jackie Jones Field. The first pitch beginning at 5:45. Then on Thursday, they'll be on the road in Bacon County. Then on Friday, they'll be back home here at Jackie Jones Field.
2 out. Up next for Coffee, number 2, Lott, number 15, Swords on the deck.
Wes Lott bats from the right-hand side. Logan Knight coming set. Here's the pitch to Lott. And that's going to be in for strike 1. Bulldogs down 1-0 here in the top of the 5th. In a game that runs 7, typically. Here's the 0-1. Chopped onto the ground to Lott by Will Watts into left field. That's going to score another run. So that's a run scoring on an error. 2 down. Coffee County has now made this a 2-0 ball game here in the 5th inning. I told you it was going to be by the team that messed up first, that gave up runs. In closely matched games where the teams are really closely matched competitors, it comes down to a couple of things. It could be time has been called on the field. It could be, one team just gets lucky and out hits another team in an inning. They have a big inning offensively and score a run or 2. Or, they go in extra innings and the team that gets the lucky base hit that scores a run wins the game. Or one of the defenses makes an error or 2, and that team usually ends up losing the game. In closely matched teams, Up to bat is pitcher Justin Sword. He sends a long fly ball out to left field, and Chase Musselman makes the catch, and that will be out number 3. So Coffee County scored 2 runs here in the top of the 5th, and the Bulldogs need to come in and retaliate. 2-0 Coffee as we break on Y101.
Hi, this is Betsy Rollins. You know my dad, Tommy Rollins, owner of Tar Land and Timber. Growing up, he taught me to be honest, dependable, and community-oriented. And since 1977, when he started in the timber industry, that's the way he has done business. He'll give you the most dependable service and the best timber prices around. So for a family-owned and operated business, call Tommy Rollins at Tar Land and Timber, 565-8850. Tell him Betsy sent you.
Heritage Ag Supply has their seed potatoes in now, along with all your garden seed. It's time for lambing your garden, and you can get it in bulk or bag. Don't forget it's time for pre-emergement on your lawn. For your fertilizer or garden needs, make it Heritage Ag Supply at 451 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons, or give them a call at 526-3858, or find us on the web. And we hope to see you there. Now back with more of Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by L.A. Geiger Tax and Insurance.
And welcome back. We're at Jackie Jones here today. It's a nice day if you can stand the wind. It's a bit chilly outside, but, if the wind didn't blow, it would be comfortable. But with the wind blowing, it's making it a bit cooler. Justin Sword still on the mound for his Coffee County Trojans, and the Bulldogs are now trailing 2-0 after the Trojans scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th in this game. So the Bulldogs needing some runs. A game that runs 7. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Up to bats, Cody Cortez. The way we started off the bottom of the 3rd with the 9-1-2 batters. Cortez, Lynn, and Musselman. Cortez stepping in. He flew out to left fielder Trevor Gruska in his first at bat of the game. Here's the pitch. An off-speed pitch, which stayed inside on Cortez. I'll make it 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Missing low and away to make it 2-0. Time has been called. A coach from the Coffee County dugout's coming to talk to his pitcher and catcher. The infield was going to come in, and then the coach told him not to. That was a short talk, and now he's walking off the field. And catcher Lake Ables is returning back behind the mound, or the dish. Justin Sword is on the mound. He wasn't coming set, then he stepped off the rubber. The umpire wasn't quite ready, and now we're ready to go. 2 balls and no strikes on Cortez. Here's the 2-0. And he starts him there with a fastball. That'll be 2-1 on Cody. Here's the 2-1. And missing low. Cortez has worked it to 3 balls and 1 strike here in the bottom of the 5th inning at Jackie Jones Field. Field looks very nice. It looked very nice yesterday in yesterday's game. This is ball missing low for ball 4. With a runner on base, it brings us to the top of the order to Chandler Lynn.
Up next, the Toombs County number 3, Chandler Lynn. Number 4, Chase Musselman on deck.
Chandler Lynn steps in. He's batting for the left-hand side. Cody Cortez getting his lead at first. Abels working from the stretch as he has been this entire game. And Chandler Lynn lining one out to right fielder Lingenfelter, who tries to throw it back in and get Cody Cortez, who came off first base, but the throw was offline, so Cortez is back safely, and that'll be 1 down. I'll bring up Chase Musselman. Musselman 1 for 2 in today's game, grounding into a fielder's choice and a base hit.
14, Will Watts on deck.
Sword coming set. Here's the pitch. Runner going. Foul ball. Cody Cortez, also speedy. That'll be strike one on Musselman. He went to bunt, and then he fouled it off. Oh, there's no foul? He just missed it? Okay. Okay, so he missed it. So Cody Cortez is down to second. Okay. The way the ball, dropped to the ground after it touched his bat, I thought was a foul ball. It hit the glove of the catcher, yeah. Well, there you go. Runner at second for the Bulldogs. 0-2 on Musselman now as he just fouled one off. Sword Cummings. Here's the 0-2. And fouled up into the fence. No balls, 2 strikes on Chase Musselman. Musselman looking down to head coach Derek James, now stepping back in. Runner at second. 1 down. This could be a nice inning for the Bulldogs. They should score some runs here. They could use some runs. Here's the 0-2. Missing off the plate to make it 1-2. The Bulldogs are 3-7 into this game with wins versus Portal twice and a win at Tattnall County. Here's the 1-2. And that's low, and Musselman's worked the count to 2-2. You know, one thing that Derek James preaches to his batters is to see it deep. Sword coming set. Here's the 2-2. Musselman pokes this one foul, just missing missing assistant coach Patrick Kraft. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Musselman. Patrick Kraft in the first base coach's box. Derek James in the third base coach's box. The head coach. Here's the 2-2. Musselman chopping this one foul over towards Derek James. Now it's over towards Derek James. It didn't almost hit him. Third baseman Logan Dale coming over. Chase Musselman stepping in. 2-2. Sword coming set. Here's the pitch. Musselman pokes this one. It looks like it's also going to go foul. Bulldogs have had a lot of foul balls here today. Just getting pieces of it. But I have a feeling Chase Musselman's about to make solid contact here. He fouls this one off. Mr. Graham just provided me with a good statistic for the Bulldogs, but, you know, I have a history of when I say things, the opposite happens on the radio, so I'm not going to say anything. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Chase Musselman. He steps back in. Cody Cortez at second has his lead. Sword coming set, giving a look at Cortez. Here's the 2-2. A breaking ball Musselman's going to put on the ground and over to third baseman Logan Dale. He moved way over to his right, or to his left, I should say, and made the play and threw to first. That'll be out number 2. Almost pulling first baseman Peyton Adams off of first base. I was watching that closely. He tagged Musselman. Musselman ended up falling. That almost poked through for a base hit for Chase Musselman. Almost. If Logan Dale hadn't have moved in time, if he was a second or 2 later, it would have poked through. 2 down to bring up Will Watts. Here's the pitch to him. Watts swinging at a high fastball for strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in today's game. Grounding out to the shortstop Lott and flying out to second baseman Skipper. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss and another high fastball for strike 2. 2 down. Bulldogs need to score a run. They have a possibility here. There's a runner at third. Sword coming set. Here's the 0-2. And that's called for strike 3. The Bulldogs unable to score any runs in the bottom of the 5th. Into the top of the 6th we go. Coffee County leading the Bulldogs 2-0 as we break on Y101.
Well, it's tax time, and Geiger Insurance and Tax Service at 114 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons can handle all your tax needs along with free quotes on your insurance. Neil Geiger can prepare your taxes, and they also do electronic filing. Give Geiger Tax and Insurance a call and find out how easy your tax preparation can be. Get ready to write this number down, 526-4220.
Hablamos español.
Check out these great deals going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts or Napa dealer in lines, like 8-foot battery booster cables, $8.99, or 10-foot battery booster cables, $14.99. Max Premium starting fluid, $1.99. Chevron Dello 400 SDE HD diesel motor oil, $12.99 a gallon. 2.5 gallon of diesel DEF, $9.99. 20-piece SAE metric 12-point socket set, 3/8 drive for $29.99. There's some more great savings going on all month at your Toombs Auto Parts or Napa dealer in lines, and we hope to see you there. Now back with more at Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by the Sandwich Shop on Green Street in Vidalia.
Welcome back to Jackie Jones. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Bulldogs losing to the Coffee County Trojans 2-0 in a non-region game, the very last one of the 2020 season before region play. And I take that back. The Dogs have one more. They go on the road to Bleckley County before they start their Swainsboro series, which is the last series of the season. And the first pitch to Lake Abels is going to be bunted, and it's going to stay fair. The Bulldogs were trying to watch it to see if it would go foul, but it stayed fair all the way. So Abels reaching on a base hit, making him 2 for 3 in today's game. That'll bring up catcher Peyton Adams. Adams, 0 for 2 in today's game, playing first for the Coffee County Trojans.
Number 34, Adams at the bat. Number 20.
Bats on the left-hand side. He's stepping in. He's wearing batting gloves. Here's the pitch. Missing off the plate for ball 1. Yeah, just when you thought it was going to roll foul, it started rolling more fair. 1 ball, no strike. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to, looks like it just got by Logan Knight. Onto the ground to Foster Jones at second. He fielded it. Made the play at first. Out number 1. A little worried there on a slow roller. Logan Knight coming back onto the mound, working from the stretch with a runner at second. Another runner in scoring position for the Coffee County Trojans. And show bunt. Here's the bunt, kind of hard back to Logan Knight. Knight fields it, looks at third, fires to first, just in time to get the out there. He looked at Lake Abels, which that's probably not Lake Abels anymore, because considering Lake Abels catches, they have a pinch runner in for him. But he gave a look to whoever is pinch running for Lake Abels and made the play at first. So a runner at third with 2 down. That'll bring up Brody Skipper. Skipper's 1 for 3 today. First pitch to him is in for a strike, make it 0-1. Knight coming set, delivering the 0-1. And that'll also be in for a strike to make it 0-2 on Brody Skipper. Knight coming set, and here's the 0-2. Fouled off into the fence. Still no balls and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitter. Knight coming set, winding. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Bulldogs needing some runs. Coffee County leading 2-0 as we break on Y101.
You always have a home field advantage with First Franklin Financial. Come see the friendly Franklin folks in Vidalia or apply online at www.oneflc.com. First Franklin Financial is a proud supporter of Toombs County Bulldogs.
Most things in life aren't free, but thanks to Georgia's dual enrollment program, qualifying high school students can take college classes and get high school and college credit absolutely free. Southeastern Technical College offers an array of dual enrollment classes and programs to help find work right out of high school or build the foundation for a college career. For more information on free college credit for high school students, visit southeasterntech.edu.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you by Thriftway Galaxy Food Store and Line.
Burger. All right. Welcome back on Y101. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Bulldogs are losing. The Bulldogs are losing by 2 runs to the Coffee County Trojans. The Trojans scoring both of those runs back in the top of the 5th. Up to bat for the Bulldogs, number 22, Gray Stevens, playing first base today. Sword still on the mound. First pitch. Oh, a nice breaking ball in for strike 1 on Stevens. Not to be confused with Martin Stevens. Martin Stevens graduating back in 2018. One of the senior Bulldogs I called my first year of calling Toombs County baseball. Next pitch fouled off, make it 0-2. Called in 2018, and now I'm back in 2020. 0-2 on Gray Stevens. Sword coming set. Here's the pitch. Ball hit hard on the ground to Lott. Lott bobbles it. Gray Stevens running. Here's the throw. Gray Stevens beating it out. And Gray Stevens giving a base runner to Toombs County. Reaching on the error by shortstop Wes Lott. That'll bring up Logan Knight. Knight in today's game is 1 for 2. Flying out to the pitcher and reaching on a base hit. The wind is really picking up here at Jackie Jones. Logan Knight hitting this one. This ball's looping, and center fielder Walker moving over. I saw that ball loop in the air. I thought that it may get down. Unfortunately, it did not. Walker really followed that ball. Thank you. Really followed that ball in the air. And that'll be out number 1. 1 down. That'll bring up Trey Cloud. I looked down over towards the home team side where the Bulldog fans are sitting, and there were leaves blowing everywhere. First pitch to Cloud. It's missing for strike 1. 0-1 on Trey Cloud. Sword coming set. Here's the pitch. Way off, which was intentional. I think they were going to try to get Gray Stevens at first. That'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Trey Cloud, the only senior on this team. Bats from the right-hand side. Next pitch. It's going to be in for a strike. That'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes on Trey Cloud. Sword coming set. Giving a look. Winding. Here's the 1-2. Gray Stevens is going. This pitch missing. And here's the play. And Gray Stevens is out. Two down. Two balls and 2 strikes on Trey Cloud. Sword coming set. Here's the 2-2. And swing and a miss. And that'll be strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for Sword and his Coffee County defense. We go to the top of the 7th. Bulldogs losing 2-0 as we break on Law 101.
Darrell and Lucretia Nobles are proud supporters of the Toombs County High School baseball team, and a reminder that the next blood drive will be Monday, April the 6th from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Callaway Center in Lyons. And go Dog!
ASE certified. Stevens Truck Center has what truckers need for their trucks. Truck parts, truck sales, truck servicing, for overhauls to wiring to rear end to transmission repairs. Stevens Truck Center is ASE certified to repair your trucks. Call 912-526-3117. Stevens Truck Center, Highway number 1 in Lyons.
Back with more of Toombs County Baseball, brought to you in part by Rivers Heating and Air and Electric, your local Lennox dealer. Give them a call at 537-8490.
So Jason Dukes is on the mound for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 7th, and Bryson Stanley moving over to 3rd, and Will Watts coming behind the plate. Everybody else in the field is still the same. So Logan Knight pitched 6 complete innings. I have him giving up 6 base hits, 2 runs, one of which was earned. He only walked one. I think he only walked one person. And he gave up. He had 2 strikeouts. So Jason Dukes is up to pitch for the Bulldogs now. Top of the 7th inning. The Bulldogs having one more chance to score some runs. Will Watts throwing it down a second. And it looks like we're ready to go. Up to bat for the Coffee County Trojans will be Ben Lingenfelter. Lingenfelter's 1 for 2 today with a walk. Stepping in, batting from the right-hand side. Jason Dukes coming set. Here's the pitch. I'm going to start him off with the fastball, working inside there for strike 1. Dukes working from the windup, coming set. Here's the 0-1. And this ball sent high up into the air to Chase Musselman over in left, who who catches it in the air for out number 1. Musselman's had a good bit of action over there. I mean, Justin Sword for Coffee County has flown out to him all 3 of his at-bats. 1 down. I'll bring up Logan Dale, the third baseman. He's 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch from Dukes. Missing high for ball 1. Dale stepping back in. Here's the 1-0. This ball hit over into right center for a base hit. 1 down to bring up Trevor Gruska, the left fielder. He's 1 for 2 today with a sac fly and a base hit. And a fly out to shortstop Cody Cortez. Not in that order. Duke's now working from the stretch. 1 down, runner at first. He's giving a look. Duke's now coming set. Winding. Here's the pitch. Showed bunt. Runner going. Here's the throw. And not in time. So now there's a runner down to second. Strike 1. And a runner in scoring position for Coffee. Gruska stepping back in. Here's the 0-1. Missing high for ball 1. Dukes coming set. Giving a look at his runner, winding. Here's the 1-1. This ball lined over to Foster Jones. He makes the catch at second, out number 2. Nice play there by Jones. 2 down. Bring up Wes Lott, the shortstop.
Next up for the Trojans, number 2, Lott, number 15, Swords on deck. 2 away.
Batting from the right-hand side. Today, he is 0 for 3 with a run scored. Here's the pitch. Chopped over the head of Jason Dukes. Cody Cortez on the hop. He bobbles it. Not going to throw it anyway. There was no play there. So, E6 on that one. Still 2 down. That'll bring up Justin Sword, and I'm going to give a hint to Chase Musselman. Be ready. Be ye ready. As he's flown out to Chase Musselman not once, not twice, but 3 times. So Duke stepping off the mound, runner now at third. Here's the pitch. This ball hit up into the air. Cody Cortez running back. And did he catch it? Nope, he didn't. I didn't think so. And a run scored. So a base hit. 2 down. Coffee County now winning 3-0. That'll bring up number 14, catcher Lake Ables. And the head coach is, for Coffee County, having some words with his base runner, or I guess his other coach. Runner at second, 2 down.
34, Adams on deck. 2 away.
Wind picking up here at Jackie Jones as it's been blowing off and on all day, making it a bit colder than what it actually probably is. Dukes coming set. Runners at first and second. I thought there were runners at first and second. This ball hit on the ground up the middle. Cody Cortez fields it, bobbles it, and flips to second just in time to get out number 3. So the Bulldogs giving up another run here in the top of the 7th inning. Bulldogs need to score 3 or this ball game's over. We take a break on Y101.
Zaxby's Caribbean Jerk Chicken is just like a vacation in the tropics, only without the sunburn. Or the dive-bombing seagulls. Or all of that pesky sand.
How'd it get in there?
Well, at least it tastes like the tropics. Enjoy our famous chicken tossed in a tropical blend of spicy habanero, fruity mango, and exotic island spices. The Caribbean Jerk boneless wings and the new filet sandwich meal. 2 more reasons you'll get a kick out of Zaxby's.
You got these great deals going on this week at your 3 or 4 Galaxy food store lines, like fresh boneless chicken breast, $1.98 a pound. Boneless London broil, $2.98 a pound. Boneless top sirloin steak, $4.98 a pound. Double Q Peak salmon, 2 for $5. Del Monte pasta sauce, 98 cents. 14-ounce Smithfield smoked sausage, 2 for $6. This and more great savings going on this week at your 3 or 4 Galaxy food store lines, and we hope to see you there. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Wiggins Associates in Vidalia.
We're in the top of the 7th inning here on Y101. Bottom of the 7th inning here on Y101. I've been saying everything wrong today. Today's not been a good day. I don't think I've said more wrong than I have right. Don't know why that is, but that's how it's been today. It's just one of those days. Up to bat for the Bulldogs are the 7, 8, and 9 batters: Jason Dukes, Foster Jones, and Cody Cortez. The Bulldogs need to score 3 runs, or this ball game is over, and they will lose. They have to score 3 to send it in extra innings, or they could score 4 to win it. I'm hoping for the latter. But if they have to send it in extra innings to eventually win the game, that'll be fine too.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 7th, number 15, Jason Dukes.
So Ward's still on the mound for Coffee. Here's the pitch to Jason Dukes. It's going to be in for a strike to make it 0-1. So Ward coming set. Dukes bats from the right. Here's the 0-1. Dukes chops it on the ground to the pitcher, Justin Sword. Fields it and makes a play at first. That'll be out number 1. 1 down. And here's Foster Jones. Jones today, 0 for 2.
16, Foster Jones, number 1, Cody Cortez, 1 day, 1 away.
1 down. Sword coming set. Here's the pitch to Jones. He hits this one up the middle. Shortstop Lott moves over and makes a bad throw to first, and Foster Jones is reaching. So reaching on an error there. 1 down. That'll bring up Cody Cortez. Cortez in today's game 0 for 1 with a walk. Flying out to the left fielder in the 3rd and walking in the 5th.
Cody Cortez with number 3, Chandler Lynn on deck, 1 away.
Cortez stepping in, batting from the right-hand side. Here's the pitch. Missing high and inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Cortez. On deck, Foster Jones. On deck is Chandler Lynn. Why do I keep saying everything wrong? Strike 1. It's like I'm not even thinking about saying it wrong, and I wasn't even thinking about Foster Jones. I just knew he was at first, and then I said his name. This one's on the ground to shortstop Lott. Flip to second, out there, no throw to first. 2 down. Surprised I said all that right. Up to bat will be Chandler Lynn. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Chandler Lynn. Not Foster Jones. Why did I say Foster Jones? 2 down. Musselman on deck. He's 1 for 2 today. Sword coming set. Here's the pitch to Lynn. Going to start him off with a fastball there on the outside for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that'll be about the same location for strike 2. So Chandler Lynn finds himself behind in the count here. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Missing way outside for ball 1. Lynn stepping back in, batting from the left-hand side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Lynn hits this one hard onto the ground to the first baseman, Peyton Adams, and he steps on first, and that's out number 3, and your ball game. Bulldogs falling short to the Coffee County Trojans 3-0. Same score as they fell short to the Bleckley County Royals last night. We'll be back to wrap it up on Y101.
This is TCB Broadcasting, WLYU FM, Lions Vidalia, Y101.
Jerry Marcel again. Y101 had a contest going to be the greatest station in the United States, and they had answered all the questions correctly, and this was the last question, and it was Tone's turn to answer it, and the question was, name the 4 seasons. And Tone thought a minute, and he said, that's easy. Salt, pepper, mustard, and vinegar.
This here story brought to you by them good old Wiggins boys up there at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. When your head is hurting, or you got a cold, or your blood pressure's up, or you just feel sick, go by and see Brother Mike, the nurse practitioner at 537-2530. Or if your foot's are hurting, or you got an ingrown toenail, or you just can't hardly walk, go by and see Brother Mark, the foot doctor, at 537-2559. They might even sing to you or tell you a joke. That's Wiggins Associates, 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. They'll take care of you from head to toe. Thank you.
Need a loan? You're always on the winning team with First Franklin. Come see the friendly Franklin folks in Vidalia or apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Plenty of colleges can promise you a route to a job, but did you know that Southeastern Technical College graduates have a 98% job placement rate? STC programs have you work and make connections with regional employers, and those connections translate into employment. And because Southeastern Tech students work with employers in the fields they study, STC's in-field job placement rate is incredible. Take the classes you want to get the job you want. For more information on enrollment, visit southeasterntech.edu.
Welcome back to Jackie Jones Field. The Bulldogs are falling short to the Coffee County Trojans. The second time and final time they'll play them this season, 3-0. The Bulldogs only had 3 hits in the game by Chase Musselman, who went 1 for 3. Logan Knight, who went 1 for 3, and by Jason Dukes, who went 1 for 2 with a walk. Logan Knight pitched 6 complete innings. He allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, one of which was earned, had 1 walk, and had 2 strikeouts. Jason Dukes pitched 1 inning. He gave up 2 hits, 1 run, which was unearned. And Justin Sword pitched a full game for Coffee County. So that ends non-region play for the Bulldogs until they play 1 game against Bleckley County on the road in Bleckley County later in the season. The Bulldogs will be the Bulldogs will be at home. I've said everything wrong today. The Bulldogs will be at home on Tuesday versus Bacon County, and that will start their region action. They'll play Bacon Tuesday here. They'll play Bacon on the road Thursday, and Bacon here on Friday. So before I say any other wrong facts or information, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks to Robin back at the station. Again, your final score, Bulldogs falling short to the Coffee County Trojans 3-0, and their record falls to 3-8. I'm sportscaster Bryce Brady. Thanks for tuning in to Bulldog Baseball on your home of the Bulldogs, Y101.
Toombs County High School Bulldog Baseball brought to you in part by
Wiggins Health Associates in Vidalia.